If you've watched more than 2 Houston relocation videos, you've heard the Heights come up, probably a lot.
And honestly, it deserves it. But everyone loves it isn't a real estate strategy. So today we're going past the highlight reel.
We're covering the actual price points, the schools, what walkable really means here versus what you might be picturing, and who this neighborhood is and isn't the right fit for.
No fluff, no sales pitch. Let's get into it.
Geographically, the Heights sits just northwest of downtown, inside the Loop, which already tells you something about why it's in demand.
It was originally its own town, annexed into Houston back in the early 1900s. That history is part of why it looks the way it does. Narrow lots, bungalow-style homes, a grid that was built for walking and streetcars, not 6-lane feeder roads.
People throw around Greater Heights a lot too. That's the broader real estate designation. It includes the historic core plus surrounding pockets, like Woodland Heights and North Hill. And that contrast, original 1900s to 1960s bungalows next to brand new construction, is basically the visual signature of this neighborhood right now.
And hey, if you're watching this because you're actually working through a relocation right now, the link to reach out to us is directly in the pinned comment below. This is the part people from walkable cities really respond to. 19th Street is the heart of it. Shops, restaurants, all within walking distance of each other.
Madison Sherman, the Asian American diner here in the Heights, won Texas Monthly's Restaurant of the Year for 2026. Terry Black's Barbecue picked the Heights for its first Houston location. And if you want something more low-key, Torchy's Tacos has a spot right on 19th Street too.
There's also a yearly event called White Linen Night on 19th Street. Everybody wears white and the street turns into a block party. It's a good gauge of the neighborhood's personality. Historic bones, but still very much alive.
For trails, there's bayou and trail access on the west side of the neighborhood that a lot of relocators use for running and biking.
Bottom line on walkability, it's real, but it's concentrated. You're not getting every street is walkable. You're getting, if you're within a few blocks of 19th Street or Heights Boulevard, you can ditch the car for a lot of your day.
Okay, let's talk numbers, because this is where people's expectations and reality tend to collide.
As of the time of this filming, Greater Heights is running a median sale price right around $678,000, up about 4% year over year. That's price per square foot in the $300 range.
And that's the broader Greater Heights number. If you narrow it down to the historic district pockets, the original Heights West and Heights South historic districts, prices run noticeably higher. We're talking $745,000 to over $1.2 million in some of those tighter, smaller sample pockets. For context, the citywide Houston median is sitting closer to $345,000 to $360,000. So the Heights is running roughly double the city median. That's the premium you're paying for the location and the lot.
Days on market right now is averaging around 60 days, which is actually up from last year. So it's not the frantic sell in a weekend market it was a couple of years ago. That's good news if you're a buyer who wants room to actually think.
And worth flagging, new construction is a real chunk of current inventory here. Older homes get torn down and replaced with bigger, modern builds on the same narrow lots. So when you're touring, you might see a 1920s bungalow next door to something built last year.
That mix is exactly why the Heights isn't one price point. It's a range, and where you land depends heavily on the specific block.
Schools are a big factor for a lot of our relocating families. So let's lay this out clearly.
The Heights is zoned to Houston ISD. Heights High School is the zoned high school for most of the area. It's HISD's magnet school for computer technology, and it also runs the IB Middle Years program through 10th grade, plus about 20 AP courses.
Important distinction here, because this trips people up. Heights High School, the HISD school, is different from Houston Heights High School, which is a separate public charter school. Different institutions, different enrollment, different feeder patterns.
On the middle school side, Hamilton Middle School serves a lot of the Heights. It's a Vanguard magnet program founded back in 1919, and it's known for strong academics and athletics.
Elementary-wise, Travis Elementary and Harvard Elementary both serve sections of the neighborhood, depending on your exact address.
And that's the key phrase, depending on your exact address.
We're not going to rank schools or tell you which one is better. That's not our call to make. And honestly, fit matters more than a ranking. What we want you to walk away with is know your exact address, Then verify zoning directly with HISD before you fall in love with a house.
For families, there's genuine green space here. Smaller neighborhood parks scattered throughout, plus the trail access we mentioned earlier.
And we want to give you the honest version on something else. Parts of the Heights have flood zone designations, and that matters here more than in a lot of Houston neighborhoods because of the bayou proximity.
That's not a reason to avoid the area. It's a reason to ask the right questions. Get the flood history on a specific house, ask about elevation, ask about drainage improvements in that section. We'd rather you know going in than be surprised after closing.
Property taxes are another one to build into your budget conversation early. Houston doesn't have a state income tax, but property tax rates run higher to make up for it.
So pulling it all together, who's this a great fit for?
If you want walkability, character, architecture, and proximity to downtown, and you're comfortable paying a premium for it, this is probably going on your short list.
If you need more square footage for your budget, or you'd rather have school zoning be simple and predictable instead of something that can change block by block, there are other Houston neighborhoods we'd want to walk you through too.
Neither of those is a wrong answer. It's about matching the neighborhood to how you actually want to live, not just which one has the most YouTube videos about it.
If you're relocating to Houston and trying to figure out if the Heights fits your life, that's literally what we do all day.
Reach out to us using the link in the pinned comment below, and we'll walk you through it specifically for your situation, your budget, your must-haves, all of it.
See you in the next one.